Everybody has a different dream with a different beginning.
A different middle, that's creating a different end. And that's what we're going to be talking about
In this week's episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters.
This is going to be a motivational and very exciting episode to delight and excite your mind
and encourage you to follow your dreams.
To follow your dreams always, forever and beyond.
Forever and beyond, yes. And I think this story symbolises this, doesn't it?
Yes.
In our journey as well, when we wanted to follow our dream. And so this story, packed with metaphors, helped us on our journey. So we do hope it helps you too.
So tune in to this week's episode of Get Real with the
English Sisters.
Mind, health and anxiety. Please do follow and subscribe and send us a text with your comments on how you following your dreams.
Yes, that'd be lovely. Lovely.
So this is from our book, Stress Free in 3 Minutes, and it's called The Cattle.
That's right. Everybody has a different dream with a different beginning, a different middle, thus creating a different end.
What one man wishes for,
another man dreads.
I think that's so true, isn't it?
Very true. Very, very
true. You used to
true.
always tell me at the beginning when I used to say, I want to do this and I want to do that. And you say, Violetta, you want to do it. You feel as if you can do it because you wouldn't want to be doing all this.
No.
And you wouldn't want to be chasing all these things. You would be just happy, like running your little family, looking after your...
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be an author and everything.
No, you wouldn't be thinking about these
if
things.
you didn't think you could do it.
Yeah, you would be dreading them. You're saying, oh no, I don't want to be doing that.
No, exactly.
And I thought that's a good point.
Yeah.
I did listen to you and think, yes, there must be a part of me that felt that I needed to be doing this, to be sharing these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally. John dreamt of owning his own ranch and his very own cattle ranch.
He dreamt so much about it that somehow he made it come true.
That's interesting, isn't it?
That's when all the manifestation and everything comes to life, I think.
Yeah, and by manifestation, what we mean is that your brain focuses on the things that you want to happen and deletes the others.
Yeah.
So there's a whole process that goes on in your mind, and that's how your brain works. What you're focusing on, you'll see.
That's why these mood boards that you create with all your fantasies of what you want to become.
I never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you put all these pictures up of how you see your life being. That's why they work out, and that's why they're like self-fulfilling prophecies.
That's
because
right.
you actually start searching for these things.
Yeah, that's why he dreamt so much about it that somehow he made it come true. One day he glanced in the local newspaper, and there, right before his very own eyes, was an advert placed by a landowner who had decided to sell.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but the price was low, the land visited, and so John set off to the bank.
When all payments were completed and all papers signed, John felt as though he was living his dream.
And that was just the start of it. And we often say the start of a dream can be very exciting. It can also cause a lot of strife and worry.
Yes.
But I think when that seed is sown and the dream starts, that's when everything else opens up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like a ball of wool. When you start pulling the thread, you'll see how it will unravel, and you have to continue to pull, I think.
So it was not long before he had bought his cattle.
21 cows to be precise, with soft black hides and blue dreamy eyes.
The very next day, John took his cattle out to graze on his new land.
With the help of a kind neighbour who had a ranch of his own.
Upon arrival, the neighbour saw a land infested with thistles and thorns.
The cows won't eat this, he said as he shook his head and wondered why city folk didn't stay in the city.
I mean, that's typical, isn't it?
That is so typical.
People telling you can't do this, you can't do that.
And why don't you come back from where you started?
Yes.
You know, if your whole family sells mozzarella, why on earth are you trying to go into, I don't know, design, for example? You know, just thinking of that.
People will say to
They'll
you,
judge you,
just
yeah.
stay with what you know. Don't
Stick
go
with that.
into different
realms, different lands that do not belong to you. This man, typically, he was a person who grew up in the city. And so he was typically considered by the other farmers and the local people as a city person, somebody that had no knowledge of the land.
Exactly.
Thus he was judged.
Severely,
even though
very kindly.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the thing is that people have good intentions. Your parents, your friends will say, no, don't do that, it's risky. And sometimes it is really risky and you should listen to them. But
they're not always mean, is what we were saying.
They're not always wrong.
No.
It's, if you really do have a dream that you think is worth pursuing, it's... our advice is for you to keep it close to your heart and only share it with the people that you really believe will support you in it.
Yes.
Because a lot of people, they have other unconscious things going on in their heads which they might not realize as being harmful to you, but they might be envious, or they might be jealous of you, or they might just want you to be with them and not go off and spend 24 hours doing something else. They might
something
say no.
new.
If they're doing something new, they're my friend. They're not going to want to go out with me because they want to save money, or they're going to be too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, they're going to be doing something else.
There's lots of
their time. There's so many subconscious things that go on in people's minds that they don't necessarily mean to be mean.
No, they don't.
Or to hold you back, but they will.
Yeah.
And they do.
Forlorn, John returned home with hungry cattle and a kind neighbour who ever so kindly reminded him that perhaps he should go back to where he belonged.
That night, John's mind thought about all possible solutions, yet there seemed to be no way out.
He could not kill the thistles with weed killers, as they would harm his cattle, nor could he pull each thistle out one by hand.
When he was about to go to bed, stressed out, desperate and exhausted, he began a long spell of research that lasted almost all night.
He researched and studied the nutritional properties of thistles and weeds, and after much reading he found no evidence that said that cows could not eat thistles.
I will train the leader cow to eat thistles and weeds, he thought.
Delighted and excited, he went off to bed.
And had a good night's sleep for the rest of the night.
So he bounced back by finding that different solution
that he thought could be a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. And his hard work and patience paid off, and very soon all of his 21 cows were not only eating thistles, but they were also eating weeds.
His kind neighbour popped in to visit and was most surprised because he believed deep down
to his core that cows did not eat thistles and weeds, and yet John's cows were gaining weight at normal or even better rates.
They were doing really well.
Yeah. The kind neighbour told the other landowners nearby who came to see with their own eyes.
Many of them had thistles and weeds on their land that they needed to eliminate.
They asked John if he would be so kind as to lead his cows onto their land.
John agreed to do so for a reasonable fee.
It's a miracle, they said, and spread the news. John was now earning a considerable amount, and his herd had more than doubled in size.
His cattle became well known for managing weeds.
He was living the life of his dream, and his herd continued to grow.
That's so good.
Yeah, that's so lovely.
That's such a lovely, and it reminds me that it's also the journey you go on.
Yeah.
That's the satisfaction and the continuation of that as well. How he's managed to help
Other people as well,
Yes.
because he actually managed to help the other landowners by providing the service
Yes.
that they didn't even know they
They
needed. Yeah,
That's what's funny.
that does happen a lot in business, isn't
Well,
it?
it does.
Yeah.
And with all these startups as well that start up as tiny companies, and then they grow and grow and provide services that we're all too what's it called, comfortable with now, and that we all enjoy.
And we could not believe would ever happen before.
No.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Because the fact that once again the cow metaphor, that I mean, not only did they eat the weeds, they were also fertilizing the ground with the manure. So it was a double win-win, really, if you think about it. He was earning money, perhaps not the traditional way that he was supposed to,
Yes.
but he found a different way of doing it. And his cows were healthier than ever before, and they were growing and gaining weight, eating something that was actually probably much better for them than other things that are fed to cows.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a win-win if you think about it, isn't it?
Well, I think it shows that, like in life, that we can be so creative if we're not pushed down or held down by other people, and
And if we are, I think by thinking of the word kind in our minds, if we hear our family members or other people tell us things, we can take it as kind advice, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to fully go ahead. We have to understand that their advice may be coming from a place of a deep down core belief, like his neighbor who actually wanted to help him and helped him settle in, etc. It was a deep down core belief that cows don't eat thistles or thorns. He really did have this belief, and he thought generations and generations of being a farmer all his life that he would know best. He would know best, but sometimes it takes a new, fresh mind to find a new, fresh solution.
definitely.
And sometimes we can listen to the wisdom of others and we can take on their feedback and learn from them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to stop ourselves from growing.
I think you made a good point by saying that you can view it as being kind. You don't have to get angry with those people or frustrated or think they're trying to hold me back. You can look and say, well, in their heart of hearts, it's what they believe to be their best intention.
That very often happens in life. You'll see lots of, especially, for example, in the acting world, these are the stories that we hear about most when they say that their parents or whatever said, no, you're not going to make it, get a real job, blah, 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 stop it. What on earth do you think you're doing? Go and be a doctor or go and be a lawyer. And yet they continued. And they were successful. And then afterwards, you hear stories about these parents going to see them and clapping and being super proud. So it's not that who's around you and your loved ones are being nasty. They just don't know.
They don't.
They simply don't know what they don't know. They're not in your head. They don't have your heart. They don't have your intentions.
And sometimes they don't have the enthusiasm and the natural ability that you may have because you're starting out. So you have that
naivety
and the naivety
strength,
as well, and the strength and the ideas that you want to go through and the energy to follow through as well.
That kind of enthusiasm is precious at the beginning. It's so precious. That's the kind of energy
that drives you.
That'll keep you awake at night, but in a good way, because you're finding solutions, because you know that's where you want to go. Nobody else will follow won't have that same kind of energy. So of course they can't provide that kind of
And they
help.
might want to stay in their comfort zone as well without realizing it. And they might want you to be in your comfort zone as well. That's what we often hear about helicopter parents that are always trying to protect their children from everything, from adversity, from harm, from fear. But in the end, they're stopping them from learning and living through the challenges in life that we all need to go through.
We do need to grow through. Yeah, grow through.
That was very good.
Yeah, because it's actually the growth that happens. The herd, as to say, grows, but your mind grows through these challenges. You learn and you expand, and your self-belief grows as well.
Yes.
Your ability
Your self-belief, your self-esteem, you start to really thrive, I think, and to enjoy the journey that you're on as well, because it's your dream, it's your journey, it's personal to you.
Very personal.
No one else can tell you what that is.
No. So I think that if you are listening to this and you do have something that you feel that it's just there.
It's there.
It's there, and you'll know if it's there or not. And you can just start. You don't even have to go out and buy the land.
No.
You can start slowly, but you can cultivate it day by day. And as you were saying before, if it's something very particular or special, sometimes I remember I used to tell you, I think we should just keep this like a little seed and cover it and put some cotton wool around it and protect it, because you could sometimes when you tell others, they can't see that dream, and it's delicate at the beginning.
They put you down, don't they?
Yeah, and it's delicate. So at the very beginning, you have to protect it.
Definitely.
So I think you can share it with other people that they also have dreams, because if you have other people around you that dream and they see themselves in something different, then you can
They
go.
will identify.
They will identify, and they can be like your little tribe. If you don't find them, then you just keep that little seed to yourself at the moment. And see what you can do about nourishing it day by day and cultivating it and watching it grow.
Yeah, and sometimes you do start out on your own. And that's why they say the life of a dreamer is lonely at times.
Yes.
Because you will start out on your own. But soon, day by day, week by week, you will begin to say, hey, I think this person might, help me. They might be able to identify with what I'm going through. They might do it as well. And it could be a dream that's about business, or he was like an entrepreneur, this John. But it could also be a personal dream of yours, to have a family, or to, I don't know, anything, to do something
anything.
creative with your life, to express yourself in a creative way. And people have said, no, you can't do that. You wouldn't, you might want to sing a song, or
absolutely,
or paint a painting, or become an artist, and you may be you may be a lawyer or someone that's not doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, I actually met a lawyer the other day. Yes.
So you don't know what your life will bring you, but we do know that we have one life and it's precious, and that dreams, at least we believe, should be cultivated, because when they're dreams with good intentions, they become a beautiful resource for everybody else around you as well, and for the world.
And that kind of enthusiasm
is contagious.
Is contagious, yes. It's contagious, and it's the light that lights up your life in the end. It's that candle that continues to provide the light. It's essential. It's essential, and it can be flickering at times, just like a candle can be.
And it can go out.
And it can go.
You have to light it again.
You light it up again and watch how it glows, because it's important for you to keep it alive, I think.
Definitely.
It's your natural instinct that's telling you to go that way.
And telling you, and
remove the fears, remove it all if you can, and you'll get there.
And absorb all the enthusiasm.
And then other
and the
people will
motivation.
say things like they said here, it's a miracle. Is it really a miracle, or was it one man's dream?
Well, that's what they always say.
They always
say
say
that. Oh, you grew,
You were lucky.
You were lucky, or you managed to grow your company so quickly. And
Yes,
they say, behind the scenes, there's a 20-year journey.
Exactly. Or you just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Was I just lucky, or did I manifest that to happen, as you were saying, by making it happen myself?
Yeah.
Because the word manifest is a little bit of it's just because I saw that event, I saw it was open, I was looking out for it. Your brain the candle wasn't blown out, so you managed to see. You had enough light in there to see. If you keep the light on, you will find solutions. You won't be, but if it just leave it blown out for too long, then you'll end up having regret, I think, in your life. By the time your life comes to an end,
we don't want that.
We don't want regret. We don't want to say, oh, like so many people say, I could have been
we enjoyed the journey, but with no regret.
Exactly.
Even if you don't get
and it doesn't matter what age you are. You can start.
Yes, you can start at any age.
You can start at any age.
And that enthusiasm will come at any age.
Yes, it will come. Whether you're 60, 70 or 80, it will come.
Yeah. 20 or 30.
Or 20 or 30. I just said 60, 70 because I thought it doesn't matter what age you are, because very often these dreams come when you're younger. And they might not be followed through.
They do come when you're older as well. There's so many
you're absolutely right. Yeah,
successful people that made it when they were older as well. I think McDonald's, or the chicken one, the Kentucky Fried,
really?
One of those was started when they were like in their 60s or something.
Really? Well, there you go.
We have so many stories, but most people, unless you keep going every day and following your dreams, you will make things happen for you. And if you don't, you won't. So it's very easy. If you don't, you won't.
If you do,
you will.
Yes.
Something will come of it.
Yes.
And even if
you have to do
as if the road is meandering and it's not a straight line and it's not directly, it doesn't matter.
Very often it is meandering. That's it. Always. It's always this
always
and that.
Pivoting here and there and twists and turns. But it's a beautiful journey to be enjoyed with its ups and downs, and that's what makes life worthwhile, really. Following our dreams.
Absolutely.
So let us know what you think. Do come and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please come. We're growing it.
Yes, we are growing it.
The video version of the podcast.
We are following our dream
on YouTube. We are.
Yes.
We continue day by day, and each day nourishes us with new learnings and new insights on things, and we learn and we grow and we reap the benefits of it.
We do.
We hope to share our knowledge with you, but we also feel selfish in a way, because by doing this podcast and by reading our stories, we are also gaining our own therapeutic benefits from it and enjoying them.
Yeah.
So that's what also makes it worthwhile. And I think if you follow your dreams, you will be selfish in a way because it's your dream, but you'll also be sharing the things that you've learned and you're doing with other people, just as John did with his cattle that everyone wanted in the end to help them out.
Absolutely. So thank you for listening and
much.
Watching, and
lots of love
and smiles from the English sisters. Bye-bye.